If you'd like more information on Mr. Hyde, all you have to do is contact them. You can get a local number right here in Palmerton, 215-826-3804. If you're interested in some great jazz music, that's the number to call. Now, Mike, what an incredible band. You guys sound terrific together, and that sax, you can really kick up a tune.
Thanks.
How long have you been playing?
This one? About 2 weeks. My other one was stolen out of my car in Philly.
Bummer, that happens when you play in Philly. My car was stolen in Philly, so at least they left the car.
City of brotherly love.
Or so they say. Anyway, let's go back to the guy who was moving his fingers so fast I was having a hard time picking that up. Eric Thul on the piano. Eric, how long have you been playing the keyboards?
I guess I started around, I was around 7. I started in classical lessons, classical piano, and I hated it. My dad had to like make me practice.
Good old
And
parents.
he had like glue me to the seat to practice, and I didn't really start getting into it until I was around 15. It's when girls started asking me playing tunes, and that's when I really got interested, I think.
Because the girls like the piano, he likes the piano, right? So now you're probably glad. You say thanks, Dad, for making me stick it out.
I tell him, yeah, thanks a lot.
I hated it at the time, but now it's okay.
Yep.
How about jazz music? Is it something you always liked, or just when you hooked up with the band?
I really didn't start getting into it till college. Really started hanging out with Mike and Rick. Well, we were in a rock band together in high school, and that's all we played was rock. And we just really expanded it, and we just fell in love with it, and we just like really
started going.
Yeah, just took off from there.
Okay. And then comes the local connection.
I am the local connection.
Art Thompson. And Art, I know you've been playing for a long time. Your dad had a band. You even played with him for a while. Have you always been a jazz fan?
No, I started out just like everybody else. Actually, I started out playing country.
Country?
It's good. It's a good way to learn because it's simple, you know. So
and the drums. Drums are like one of my favorite instruments.
Everybody likes them. Yeah, everybody wants to. Can I hit your drums?
I think when I was a kid, my parents said, "Get those drums away from her."
No.
Your dad didn't do that to you, obviously.
Actually, no, they hated me. No, my parents didn't. My neighbors hated me too.
We have a guy
They're
next
kind
door
of
that
loud.
plays drums.
They're kind of loud when you're in a house, you know. It's hard.
But
anyway, no, I wasn't always into jazz. I kind of got into it because I thought it was important to know how to
play all kinds.
to be able to play all different kinds of music. So I started buying jazz albums, and I was more interested in the kind of stuff that we do. We kind of fuse rock and jazz together, and that's it's more fun to play for a drummer too. So of course, speaking from a drummer's point of view, it's not. I'm not just, you know.
Banging on the drum.
I'm not just sitting back there banging out a beat so a singer or a guitarist can stand up there and be wonderful and be stars and everything. I'm, you know, I'm actually part of the whole thing. So it's drummers can get more involved in jazz.
Mike said earlier that you guys get on stage and as the show progresses, you get a little weird. And I know.
Yeah. No comment. I can't say this on TV. No.
Yes, you can. Go ahead. Just don't swear while you're saying it.
Alcohol.
Is that what does it?
Well, no, I don't know.
You loosen up and you
I
start.
don't know. But
Get weird right now.
no, we can get weird right now.
Want to, but
Actually, no. What he was talking about was, by the end of the night, we start out playing jazz, and by the end of the night, we're playing rock and roll. So. We transform from Dr. Jekyll to Mister Hyde, basically. So that's what.
So be it the name. Exactly. All right, one more person in this band, and this I want to make sure. Yes, okay, Jeff Michael. There's two Michaels here, but it's a first and a last name. Anyway, this guy's on the bass. Cool guitar, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks very much. It's my favorite. It's my baby.
A bass player you don't normally think of with a jazz band, or maybe I just don't. I think of a bass player with heavy metal rock.
Right. Yeah. Electric bass players are usually rock players. But I got into bass in about '87, and probably one of my two first influences were Bill Wyman with the Rolling Stones and Sting with the Police. And the early British scene, as far as the Stones went, came from heavy blues influence, you know, early American black artists, which is somewhat related to jazz. A lot of those fellows were jazz players. Charlie Watts from the Stones was a big jazz drummer. And Sting...
Jazz is everywhere.
Yes, it is. And Sting... always had a strong jazz influence. His first solo album was Branford Marsalis, a lot of young American jazzers. So these influences sort of directed me to investigate it. Plus, it's very cool to like it because in high school you can be a real elitist because nobody else likes it.
Because nobody else
You
knows
can be
anything
really,
about
you can
jazz.
be really exclusive if you like jazz.
Okay, so here we have Here we have the elite cool ones, okay? I'm going to get off the stage so that you can hear more of them playing. This one's Lesley Anne, right, guys? Okay, take it away.